on his right arm. I guess that the patches you wear on your left arm designate what unit you're currently in. Is that correct?
That may be in the Army. I'm not sure. I was an Air Force guy.
Okay, all right.
But regardless, I think if the guy's standing in ranks and he's wearing a patch on the wrong arm, his commanding officer or his senior sergeant or someone would have corrected him. So, and the other part to think about is they were all predominantly National Guard troops too. So, they're nothing against National Guard troops, but we'd be lying to ourselves if we say that they have the same, capacity as active duty folks. They're not doing it every day, and they may make a uniform slip up, but that doesn't discredit them.
Yeah. So my point is, we don't know whether or not there is actual 10th Mountain Division there in Washington, D.C. What the person who is a soldier told me is that based upon the placement of the patch, what it means is that that soldier earned his 10th Mountain Division patch, so he served there at one time. Doesn't mean that's his active deployment. Now, to JR's credit, yes, there are roughly 30,000 National Guard troops there, but there are actual active duty troops there as well. That's been confirmed. So at last count, I knew it was about 750, between 750 to 1,000. We have seen additional buses and groups of guardsmen and active duty troops getting there. So it's very, very interesting to me that the inauguration is over. The stated purpose of the troops there in Washington, D.C. was for the inauguration. Now it's done. Nobody's going home. It looks to me like Washington, D.C. is going to remain a war zone for the foreseeable future. And I go back, JR, to the show that we did with Juan, or that I did with Juan. And, and he was saying, what's the best thing we could possibly do? Build a fence all around Washington, D.C. and just lock these people in. I know that we have, people who are in the federal government that watch the show. And before the inauguration happened, so last week I was told that everybody was told to clear out. Okay, they had to leave by Wednesday, by Thursday at the latest. I don't know if anybody's gone back to work. That's the thing. Nobody's gotten back with me to tell me if there are people that are. Yeah, somebody says D.C. is on lockdown. So I don't know, but I would love if anybody could give me some information out there. I will also tell you this: there is no longer a flag flying over the White House. They took it down. They took it down, I believe, the day before the inauguration. And my source had told me that the flag that was flying when they took it down was not the regular 50-star U.S. flag, that it was a different flag. Now, I can't verify that either because I can't find a picture or a video of it. But I did have it at one time in my Telegram. So if anybody out there has it, then you can let me see it. I also see a lot of people talking about Simon Parks. I don't watch Simon Parks, okay? I don't know what Simon Parks is saying. There was somebody in my Telegram group yesterday who was just so angry at me because I don't watch Simon Parks, telling me that he would not watch my show until I addressed Simon Parks. I don't know the man, okay? I don't know anything about him. All I know is he's a British guy who apparently has alien children and, and he says he's like some type of a secret agent. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I saw a brief documentary about him through ITV on British Broadcasting, but that's all I know, okay? And you guys know me. I'm not saying anything good or bad about Simon Parks. I'm just being honest. I don't know the dude, and I don't know anything that he talks about because
why bias yourself, right? You're a journalist, man, and you do a hell of a show, and you get all of your information on your own. You bust your butt. Watching someone else's broadcast is going to do nothing but lead the other conspiracy theorists into saying that you're stealing info or you're copying somebody else's show. That's why I admire what you do, because I know you do all the hard work.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. And that's the thing. I don't want to be biased by somebody else's reporting. It's like I'm not going to watch another person's show because then I might be like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to present it to the audience as myself. At times there are times when people are like, you must watch this. And so then I'll watch it and I'll be like, okay, Dave at X22 had this to say. And I just want to go on record. Thank you so much, Dave at X22. He is one of the kindest people in our movement, this truth movement. He gets a tremendous amount of web traffic to his website every day. He created a page for me on his website so that all of the people coming to visit his website can see when I've posted a video. And my video from yesterday the traffic on it was up threefold, and even the video from the day before that, the traffic had doubled. And then on BitChute, the same thing. The traffic had increased 3 or 4 times over what it normally was, and I'm only posting the one from Rumble.
That's awesome. That's what Patriots do right there, man.
Yeah.
That's what Patriots do.
So I really appreciated that, because obviously, when we were both on YouTube, YouTube would connect our videos together. You'd see Dave's videos under mine or my videos under Dave, and we have a lot of the same subscribers, but obviously he's been around for a lot longer, so he's got just millions of people that are coming to his website every day. But David X22 is a great guy, and I really appreciate it. So,
hey, did you see the not to cut you off, but I have to say it because I'm a flag guy, but did you see that Joe Biden used the most racist flag in the U.S. in the history of U.S. yesterday?
No.
On the Capitol building on the periphery of the American flags was Old Glory on the left and the right. He actually had those flags up. So
why did he do that?
He racist. And I didn't see anybody taking a knee yesterday. That was weird.
No, the taking the knee is over. I doubt you're ever going to see anybody taking a knee ever again.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the inauguration, and I promised myself I never will. So.
Well, I had to watch it for journalistic purposes.
All respect to you, brother. All respect to that.
My stomach was in knots the whole time, though. I'll be honest with you. All right, so I did just hear from my source, one of my sources. I can't say what department they work in, but it's a major department. They have not returned to work. Okay? They have not returned to work in our nation's capital, and they have not been given a date when they will be able to return to work. Once again, another very suspicious circumstance.
You remember my buddy that I often refer to, the Navy SEAL buddy that was marshaled? He was made a U.S. Marshal?
Yes, what happened?
So he was sent home yesterday morning. So
okay.
That's another reason why I'm a little bit concerned with how the military presence is going around, because to me it sounds like Trump, his influence over the military was severed yesterday.
Okay.
But I can't confirm that, but I know a friend of mine who's been a marshal now for the past few months was sent home yesterday.
Okay.
So he actually got back into his home airport last night. So it's, do it what you will, but he was on a very high level watch group. So, he wasn't there handing out Girl Scout cookies.
I bet, yeah. So somebody in the chat said that it was the flag of the European Union that was flying above the White House. If somebody could send me some sauce on that, I would absolutely love to see that. That's great. Little Birdie says, X22 report has lots of viewers because he doesn't talk like a drunk sailor. Red Pill 2, thank you very much. Absolutely, thank you very much. There are times when expletives are appropriate for certain given emotions, but I believe that it's better to express yourself in more creative ways. Because as soon as you just resort to cussing, then, it's the easy way out, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. That's why I speak the way I do. No comment, JR? Hey, you're muted.
I'm looking for the flag because I was looking on Gateway Pundit. Somebody sent me an email, video of it yesterday, and the flags that are up. There is a couple, there's a couple different versions of the U.S. flag. I don't see a European Union flag. I see an old pennant style flag.
The 13 colonies flag?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a 14 star, 2 14 stars. There's a 50 star, Old Glory, and then there's 2 flags that these aren't even flags. They're almost like drapes. But they have the 50 stars on top, but then there's a red stripe on the outset and then 1 white stripe down the center. But if you zoom in close on the picture, it definitely looks like a drape rather than a flag.
Susie Q1111 says cussing is supposed to be a sign of higher intelligence. Believe me, when I'm off the air, I cuss.
All the time, motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's just in the course of my position. I'm front facing. We have children watching. And I just want to say there was a little boy, an 8-year-old boy, who watches my show, and his mother sent me pictures of him wearing his headphones. I don't know if he was trying to emulate me. That's how it felt in the pictures. But he had some pictures of me that he had drawn at school, and he said that I was one of his favorite content creators. And I just want to let you know, if you're watching, thank you so much for that picture that you drew. Hold on, I don't have the permission to show it, and I don't have the permission to say his name. So you know who you are, and if it's okay for me to reveal this, then go ahead and tell me. But I will show you guys this. Look at that. Can you see that right there? It says red, and then there's a red pill, and then 7-8, and then there is a picture of me. I guess that's me sitting at my desk, and I thought it was so cute. So thank you very much for listening. And that's honestly another large reason why I just don't cuss all the time, is because I know that there are people who watch the show with their families. You know, if you turn into the nightly news, or like as we used to do back when we had some semblance of trust in the mainstream media, you wouldn't hear cussing. You know, I mean, the idea is to get as much good information out to the populace in the broadest possible fashion, so that we can wake people up, and then we can draw them in. We can have personal relationships, and then in those personal relationships, we can choose whether or not to speak frankly. But, you know, like I said, there are times where it's appropriate, but generally speaking, I know that we're going to have kids watching.
Somebody in the chat asked about Chris Miller, so that's something I wasn't going to like over elaborate on, but Chris Miller actually transitioned yesterday, and Joe Biden denied him a spot on the transition team.
Yeah. So
he turned over to the new Secretary of Defense, and that is ironically when my friend was actually let go. I think there was the hope that they were going to stay, but that ultimately didn't come to fruition. And then last night, I don't want to steal the thunder if you plan on talking about it, but the NSA special counsel that Miller put on, the Democrats are actually trying to smear him now. They're saying that or it's either, I think it's him. It's Michael Ellis or Michelle.
Yeah.
I think it's Michael Ellis.
Yeah, they're doing a special investigation.
Yeah, they can't investigate election fraud, but you know they can certainly go after this guy.
Yeah. So they're obviously going to try to do everything they possibly can, but I feel it's all null in the end. They're not going to be able to get the end result that they want.